Recording.
Hi Building Blocks friends, this is Melanie from Muletown Quilts. I tried to make a video yesterday, but I blew it. It was horrible. So today I have my Zorro here to help me. He's keeping everything kind of in focus and in my work area for me. So to make these little gift bags, the first thing you're going to do is make your circle. You can use a compass. You can use a circle cutter, which is a really handy thing to do. It's got the measurement guides in centimeters and in inches. Or you could use a plate, a bowl, something like that, a dish of some kind. This is a lid for a sewing tin. And so you can just make a circle and create your pattern. So I have one created already. And what you want to do is measure it. And you need to measure it down to the 1/8 of an inch. And that's kind of important. Once you have your measurement, in this case, my circle is 6 1/4, and that includes my seam allowance, you do the math. And this is what all quilters hate. We hate doing the math. So, for this particular gift bag, the circumference, or excuse me, the radius is 6 1/4 inches. So what we need to discover is our circumference, or in common language we just call that a diameter. Circumference. Yeah, thanks honey. That's my scientist husband. Yeah, NASA's working for him. So we have, to do our math, we're going to use pi, and we're just going to use basic pi. So we're going to use 6.25 multiplied by 3.14, and that's going to give us 19.62. You just round to the nearest eighth. In my case, it was 19 5/8. So, to get our pattern, we're going to cut one 5.5 inch by 19 5/8 inch strip. We're going to cut one 9.5 by 19 5/8 inch strip, and you're going to cut a circle from your pattern. Your finished size is going to come out about 5 3/4 by 14 high. So, to show you how I did that, here are your pieces. You've got your 5.5 inch strip, you've got your circle cut from your pattern, and this is the body of your bag. The first thing you're going to do is you're going to take your 5.5 inch strip and you're going to fold it in half and press it. Then you're going to sew seams 1 inch in from either edge. Once you have that finished, there they are, take your little scissors and clip in right next to the seam line about 1/4 inch on either side and tuck that in. I used some fray check and kind of glued it in place, and then I fray checked my edges on either side. When you have that finished, you're going to stitch it to the body of your bag, right sides together, and I just used 1/4 inch seam allowances, and I pressed it down. Next comes your long seam on the side. Now this one is, this is actually measured to make a bottle for a wine bag, and it's real cute. It has little Santa Clauses on it. But what you want to do when you're making this seam is, you have your channel cuttings inside here. You want to make sure that you don't stitch over them. So I used a pin to mark it, and you can feel them in there. So I just marked the edge of my channel, and then I made my seam. So that when it comes out, you can see that you have your little channel opening right here. And it's just a little place big enough to put your ribbons. Once you have that finished, you're going to press your bag into quarters. You're going to press your bottom circle, and that looks really small, and it seems like 19 inches is a lot of fabric, but it actually fits when you put it all together. Press that into quarters, and then you're going to pin first on your quadrants, and then ease your fabric in all the way around. You're going to stitch with 1/4 inch When that's finished, this is going to be your result. And it's not going to be perfect, and that's okay. It's just the, the bottom. Nobody's going to see it. If you find that your fabric is just a little too long and you have to maybe make a pinch in it and a little pleat there, that's okay. Nobody's going to see it. If you find that your circle is just a tad short, it's bias. You got tons of bias there, so you can stretch it out and make it fit. When you're finished, I use, and it's something I rarely use, my little clover presser on the inside to press down my seams and just finish out that edge and make it look a little crisp. I also found that stitching on this bottom, when it was under my presser foot, if I put my hand inside the bag while it was under the presser foot, it made it go a lot easier, because I could make sure I wasn't getting any puckers and tucks under the presser foot that I didn't want. Then I just gave it a press. Use your little channel openings and put your ribbon in. Put your goodies in your bag and cinch it up, and you're good to go. So I think that covers everything. One other little tip is, when I started to do this, I had this fabric, but I didn't have a circle. So I just basically did my math in reverse. I took the length of the strip of fabric that I had, and I divided it by pi to get my circle size. And then I just put in my measurement, or you can find an object that's in that size, or use your compass and create your circle for that. So that's just a good way to do it backwards if you have a piece of fabric you want to use and don't know your circle size. So that is the little gift bag. You can make them in any size you want. Just make your circle and go from there. If anybody has any questions, just hit me up with them, and let's make some bags. So I'll see you on the Building Blocks forum. Bye all.